AI is everywhere. Juniors are struggling and seniors are expected to move much faster than before. So, what should you do in 2026 to improve yourself as a developer? If I would restart today as a dev, this is exactly what I would focus on. First thing is definitely to be independent as a developer. So if we have some task, for example, to build a dashboard, in 2015 we would talk about that for hours. We would have 10 meetings to decide what kind of design system we would use. Should we put the button on the top right, in the bottom right? Should we put the footer here or there and things like that? But today with AI, things are moving much faster, and the most efficient way to show something like this and to move forward is just to send the link. So just send the link, deploy it somewhere. Everything is so much accessible today that the most proactive way that you can show, like for you as a developer who finish things, is to send a link and not ask 200 questions on Slack. And I really think that every dev and even every company should incorporate this way of working today. Because with this link, we can send it instantly to our management. So they're seeing that we are working on something. They can send it to their clients so they can have some demo together on their meetings. Then this dashboard link right here can be a playground for our team. So we can see if everything fits with our description, with our task, with our needs. And we can also check the code and talk about tech stack and all those important stuff and architecture. And the bonus is that we can update everything with AI. Not only the team, but also management. They can change text, they can change the colors, and all that unnecessary stuff that we had 1,000 Slack messages before. So they can do that themselves while we are here and we are focusing on what matters actually, and that's the architecture and everything, like all the features and everything that we need about that project. And what is the final definition of being independent as a developer? That means that if you have some kind of idea, even if we forget all these team things, so if we put just this one, you have some idea or some kind of task, you build UI around that idea, you put in the logic, you put in some fake data, and you deploy it. You can literally do this whole thing in 10 minutes today with all the AI tools and all the things that we use in development today. And you just do it. So being a doer is definitely being an independent developer, and this is the way for 2026. Second thing is, don't avoid AI. Please. I saw some trend that there are some developers that are saying, I don't want to use AI like ever because they're almighty developers. And that's great. I know that you're good. I know that you're experienced, but you're going to be much slower than some less experienced developers because they're using AI. And I'm not saying that you need to vibe code. I'm against vibe coding, like 100% vibe coding, but you need to use it correctly. And by correctly, I mean that you don't copy paste everything without any understanding or let AI architect your entire infrastructure and decide on your tech stack, and certainly not vibe code everything inside of your application, like to put in inside of your cursor, like create me this feature, make no mistakes. That is a big no. But what I thought is to speed up the boring parts. So if you are doing something for 2,000 times a day, you can speed that up. You can bring that HTML thing or anything that you are constantly writing. So you can use tabs. That is, completions are the best thing of AI in my experience. And you can explore unfamiliar APIs. So for example, I used GitHub API yesterday and I don't know it exactly, but AI knows exactly all the API calls that I need to make. So it is much easier to communicate with AI and not with the GitHub horrible documentation, and we can refactor safely. What does that mean? We can check our file, we can ask, point me what could I refactor and what are my bad things inside of my code right here, and AI can point it out and we can refactor it together, and we can explain the code that we mostly understand. That's the most important thing. Like when you're asking for something, don't tell create me this feature to download this entire video and to create videos, you can say things like use Next.js for this, and then use blob from Vercel to store the image, then create a download button with shed cn button, etc., etc. So try to use terms that you know and something that will be much easier for you to refactor later and to understand inside of your own code base. And for that famous question, will AI replace developers? I have one really awesome answer, and it's this one. AI won't replace developers, but developers who use AI well will replace those who don't. Think about it. Third thing is to go open source. Now, this is the way how to stand out in the noise and among 1,000 developers with the same CV to be picked up. Because if you have a successful open source project, that really tells a lot about you as a developer. And you can get so many things with open source. First, and the most important thing is public work. So you have your GitHub profile publicly opened and everyone can go and see your projects that you're the most proud of. That is really important. It's making the big difference when some developer is reviewing your CV and he sees that you have really good GitHub profile. So there is a much bigger chance you'll be called on that interview. Then we have real users. Now, this is some totally different world for most of developers because people are opening GitHub issues. You need to communicate, you need to fix bugs. So you are improving as a developer in some certain skills that most developers don't have, and that is really important. And you can get real feedback. Now, what I mean by this is that if you post, for example, on Twitter, on Reddit, or wherever, some really big persons from the tech world can come and comment on your product, and it can go viral like that. Now, that is pretty big, and it happened to me more than once. So that is really important, and that's the biggest thing in open source. And if you have an open source project, if you'd like some kind of review, I have live streams every week, so you can submit your project on review.thehorde.dev, and there is a big chance that you'll be picked up by the orc machine in that live review, and I'll give you the best advice I can. And a lot of devs are asking me, what can I build? Like, everything already exists, but that's not important. Like, even small things count. You can build a component, you can build a hook, you can build a CLI, you can build CLI twice. And my personal favorite is a weird fun project that always works. Something that is fun is always going to go viral. And think in some social media terms, like something that is really good to be shareable. Like we have so many now wrapped up year things with every application that exists, and that's because people love to share their work. So you can think in those terms, something that is really good and fun, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Just build a component, share it, put it on your GitHub profile, and that will be enough. 2026 belongs to developers who can finish things, use AI wisely, and build in public. Have a nice day, warriors.